Kremlin clampdown on dissent. Since the start of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, activists have been attacked, arrested and jailed. Many are now too afraid to speak out.
What do you fear could happen if you get caught?
The fear is very high.
But some refuse to stay silent.
It's very difficult for me to think about him suffering.
Before the war, I had a completely normal life. I had a job. I remember I woke up and read the headlines that Russia was bombing Kharkiv, Kiev, Odessa, the explosions. There was a lump in my throat from the horror.
Vitaly is an activist from the city of Smolensk. Every day, he does something that can be extremely dangerous in Russia. He publicly demonstrates against the invasion of Ukraine. Since February, he's only missed 3 days, when he was either in jail or at a funeral.
Why do I go out every day? In order to create a chain reaction of protest, so that other people start going out too, so that they realize that it's possible even now, and it's necessary now.
Vitaly's sign says no to war in Russian, but he's actually replaced the first 2 letters of the word war for asterisks. And that's because there's new legislation here in Russia that actually makes it illegal to call this war a war or an invasion. And doing so could land you in prison. Since he started his protests 7 months ago, Vitaly has been arrested, prosecuted, and even savagely beaten.
I understand I'm not the only one against the war, but we are silent and we are afraid. This is what we need to work on, overcoming the fear. The fear is very high. If the fear wins, what's the point of existing? To go on living in fear?
Vitaly tries to convince others to join his protest, but so far, nobody has. While we were filming, one lady angrily confronted Vitaly. But he carries a backup sign, just in case. Vitaly is lucky. He hasn't yet been given serious charges for his activism, but opinion among locals is mixed.
I totally disagree with him. Russia is doing the right thing in Donbass. Our victory should be total and final, and we should kill all the fascist swine. We support that young man. The war is very bad. It won't bring anything good, not for our country or for any other.
Vitaly is one of just a very small number of Russians still openly protesting against the war, despite all the risks. The authorities claim the majority of people here support the so-called special military operation in Ukraine and deny activists are persecuted.
Our movement started on the second day of the war. We do different protests on the street, posters, a bit online, and we spray graffiti on the pavement.
Two activists from a secretive protest group called the Feminist Anti-War Resistance spray one of their messages in front of a school.
We do it anonymously, at night, in quiet areas, and we hide from CCTV cameras.
We always have our hoods up, we wear masks, we make our posters in gloves, and we hang them up in gloves.
This protest is part of a series of actions aimed at mothers who one day might have to send their sons away to war. They asked us to hide their identities, to protect them.
The war is horrific. It's a completely senseless, imperialist war that should never have happened. It's all about the vanity of our president, who we didn't even elect.
The next morning, the message survived only a few hours before it was painted over.
We can't stop the tanks in Ukraine, but
We can voice our protest, so as not to be silent.
What do you fear could happen if you get caught?
The thing I'm scared of most of all is uncertainty. You never know how the police will treat you, what kind of charges they'll give you. Maybe we can attract others. If someone was indifferent before, if they see our poster or sticker, maybe that person will decide they don't support the war.
Rights groups say there have been over 16,000 detentions across Russia for anti-war actions. People who speak out also risk losing their job, university place, or business.
There were protests against the war in the first week.
they were all broken up in the most violent way. The police used tasers, batons. There's complete helplessness. And then you might get tortured in the police station. It's absolutely terrifying.
It's very sad that he's not here with us. I really miss him.
Yelena shows me her son's bedroom, untouched since his arrest. Dima is a gifted 23-year-old student from Moscow State University.
All his years of study, around 60 exercise books.
In April, he was arrested and charged with spreading fakes about the Russian army. Dima ran a popular social media channel where he posted anti-war material.
The detention center is over capacity. For 2 months, he has been in a 4-man cell, but there are actually 6 people living there. One sleeps on the floor, and the others have to share a bunk for 12 hours each.
Yelena's son is currently in jail, awaiting trial. Amnesty has declared him a prisoner of conscience. He faces a minimum of 5 years in prison. In Russia, over 99% of criminal cases end in a guilty verdict.
I write to him almost every day. He said I write to him the most out of everyone. There are 26 or 28 people for only 20 bunks. It's damp, it's moldy, the toilets and sinks are broken. He was working at the Institute for System Programming. He didn't spend his salary on himself. He gave it to charity, organizations that help political activists.
Hundreds of activists like Dima have left Russia and fled abroad since February.
I wanted him to leave, but he always refused. He said, "This is my country. Why should I leave? I want things to be better here." I didn't want him to end up in prison. It's very difficult for me to think about him suffering.